History of a Qin Shu Huang and Best Famous Quotes. Subscribed YouTube channel, Golden Words. The reason why China suffers bitterly from endless wars is because of the existence of feudal lords and kings. I am emperor, my descendants will be numerous. From the second generation to the 10,000th, my line will not end. I have collected all the writings of the empire and burnt those which were of no use. George VI in the conventional parlance was a good king who sacrificed his life to his sense of duty. If we are to have monarchs, it would be hard to find a better one. There's a great tradition in storytelling that's thousands of years old, telling stories about kings and their palaces, and that's really what I wanted to do. One's only rival is one's own potentialities. One's only failure is failing to live up to one's own possibilities. In this sense, every man can be a king, and must therefore be treated like a king. Verse 11. They presented unto him gifts. The people of the East never approached the presence of kings and great personages, without a present in their hands. The custom is often noticed in the Old Testament, and still prevails in the East, and in some of the newly discovered South Sea islands. A broadsheet obituarist once pointed out to me that veteran soldiers die by rank. First to go are the generals, admirals and air marshals, then the brigadiers, then a bit of a gap and the colonels and wing commanders and passed over majors, then a steady trickle of captains and lieutenants. As they get older and rarer, so the soldiers are mythologized and grow ever more heroic, until finally drummer boys and underage privates are venerated and laurelled with honors like ancient field marshals. There is something touching about that. Father was an atheist, he had even joined the Skeleton Army, a club of men who went about in masks or black faces, with ribald placards and a brass band, to make war upon the Salvation Army. Lenin was the first to discover that capitalism, inevitably, caused war, and he discovered this only when the First World War was already being fought. Of course he was right. Since every great state was capitalist in 1914. This book has been a catalogue of mistakes by politicians, moral and practical disasters which led to wars, enslavement and wretchedness on a scale which no previous age could have dreaded or dreamed of. Hitler suffered acutely from meteorism. Perhaps he did not suffer so acutely as those around him, since meteorism is uncontrolled farting, a condition exacerbated by Hitler's strictly vegetarian diet. God will judge us, Mr. Harris, by what we did to relieve the suffering of our fellow human beings. I don't think God cares what doctrine we embrace.